poverty in Kenya. You know, the issue of how long are we going to live with such levels of poverty? Why can't we have nice things like other people? Why can't we drive nice cars, live in nice houses? How can it be that half the population of the country lives in the slum? And this doesn't bother anyone. You know, everyone just accepts. But you're saying you don't accept. Well, I never see anyone demonstrating. I mean, the millions of people who live in slums, I don't see any demonstrations. I see people have just accepted their fate in life. And life is more than just struggling and suffering all your existence. You know, how long are you people going to put up with this level of poverty? What do I want you to do? I want you to vote for better people. I want you to understand and believe that the policies that the elite pursues are carefully designed to result in mass poverty. It's not a mistake. It's not an accident. It's intentional. It's deliberate. You have to believe that, because if you believe that, then you'll vote for better leaders. You know, we throw that phrase so casually, but truly it's true. The people who are screwing us up is the elite. And when I say the elite, I don't necessarily mean politicians. The elite is more than the politicians. It's also the heads of religions, the heads of large corporations, the heads of media, the people who control the culture. That is the elite. That is the elite, whether it's by mistake or, you know, whether they are aware of it or not. The system that they've created in Kenya results in mass poverty. I mean, I rarely hear church leaders saying that the poverty has to stop. You know, I see them praying for, you know, for people to get jobs, but they don't go the step further to explain to people that without factories, you're going nowhere. You must have factories. You know, I rarely hear in the media bosses pushing the narrative of domestic production. They rarely push that. In fact, they never talk about it. You know, people just find themselves in poverty and they have no answers. And the answer is the fact that there are no jobs. And there are no jobs not because there are no tasks that need to be done. There are no jobs because everything is imported. We can build some things. We don't have to build everything, but there are some things we are well able to do for ourselves. Like clothing, surely we can manufacture our own clothes. It can't be that difficult to make clothes. That is the narrative that the media should push. That is the narrative that the church leaders should push. Inform the people that we can't continue with these levels of poverty. It's 2021. How can it be that people are living in slums? Millions of people live in slums with no hope of ever getting out. So, you know, I just wanted to, you know, I have a thing against poverty. I think that is the main enemy. I don't think the main enemy is the other tribe or the foreigner or really any group of people. The enemy is poverty. And so we as people who are poor, we must demand a revolution. What kind of revolution do we want? An industrial revolution. Okay? We want jobs, and jobs only come through domestic manufacturing. We must fight imported goods and we must fight for domestic goods. If you can go to the supermarket, try and look at where the product you want to buy, look at where it is manufactured. If it is coming from a foreign country, don't buy it. If you have a choice, if you have a choice between Kenyan made and foreign made, buy the one from Kenya. Let us expand our own employment opportunities. You know, I remember reading this article. It was in a magazine, and it was about this young Kenyan lady who had invented, not really invented, but had come up with a shoe brand, like a running shoe brand. Like they were saying, this is the first shoe brand for running to be made in Kenya. And it was professional grade, you know, like Adidas or Puma. And what is sad is that almost no one knows about it. No one knows the name of the brand. No one buys that brand. It is never promoted either by the government or even by private industry. And we do have a Ministry of Industrialization. And you'd think that they would partner with such a person who's shown that they are thinking well,
they are inventive, you'd think that they'd partner with her in order to put her shoe brand in each and every retailer in Kenya. But as we all know, as it happens in Kenya, no one cares and no one bothers. Which is why I keep on asserting that the poverty that we see in Kenya is the direct result of intentional policy by the government. Like, they do intend for us to remain poor. There is no other way to explain, the neglect. And I don't think it's benign neglect. I think it's malicious neglect of the population. So, not only her, we every single time, think about it, every single time we see someone inventing something in Kenya or coming up with something. Like, there was this young man who built a drone. There was this other gentleman that we saw who had built like his own tuk-tuk. And when they reported all these things in the media, the attitude is to mock these people, to laugh at them, and never to support them. You didn't see a group of rich people coming as what are known as angel investors, saying, you know what, you've come up with something, this may be viable, we will put money and our expertise and our access behind you to bring this product into market and to even export it. No. You see, the entire elite is usually against anything that is African. In other words, in Kenya, amongst the elite, it is fashionable to be what is considered treasonable in other countries. In other words, in other countries, if you behave the way our elite behaves, you'll probably get charged with high treason, or at least economic sabotage. So that in Kenya, if you're seen to be quote-unquote pro-African, that is considered a negative. You're not supposed to be pro-African or pro-Kenya. You're supposed to be pro-Westerner. So that anything that is invented in Kenya is immediately laughed out of existence and is never supported. The entire system moves to promote anything that has been invented or imported outside of Kenya. So we do need an attitude change. And this attitude change will never come from the top, because the top is against the bottom. So it has to start with us as ordinary people, literally seeking out and buying products that are made in Kenya. I remember there was this young man, he was being interviewed, and I saw the interview, and he has a factory that produces perfumes and body lotions and things of that nature. And I was really impressed by everything that he had done, because he was expanding, he had different products, and he was asked by the interviewer, what is the greatest challenge do you have? That you have? Is it capital? What is it? He said his greatest challenge was the fact that the minute Kenyans discover that his products are made in Kenya, they immediately refuse to buy. He said the problem is the attitude of people who reject anything that is locally made. So that if he's able to deceive people that his product is imported, he's able to sell a lot of it. But the minute they discover that it's coming from Nairobi, industrial area, the sales immediately go down. So you see, so also us as people, we are doing what is called self-sabotage. We are also sabotaging our own wealth, our own economic interest. We really have to change our mind concerning local products. You must seek out and support local products. It's time to get out of poverty. It's 2021. How can it be that people are actually living in slums? The most horrific slums that I have seen in 2021. And not just a few people, millions and millions of people. This has to end. So let us make a pledge to seek out and only buy local products where they exist. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and comment below. Kenya's time has come. Our time has come. Your time has come. A time to succeed and not fail. A time to grow wealth and not poverty. A time to go up and not down. It's time for you to stop walking and drive your car. Stop renting and buy yourself a house. It's your time to get blessed. Join the CCV movement, and together let us keep poverty and unemployment out of Kenya. Become a member today. Donate what you can. And remember that the CCV is the only political organization in Kenya that is squarely built upon Christian values, unlike the rest. We'll see you next time. Thank you.